What's up, peeps? Good morning, evening, afternoon. I don't know what time you're gonna see this, so we're gonna just say, "What's up? What's up? What's up?" Listen, I want to talk to you today about something that was on my heart. I don't know where this is going, and you thought I was getting ready to say, "I don't know who this is for." Listen, ain't nobody asked you to know who this is for. Just say what you need to say. 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 Stop all that. I don't know who this is for and all this other. Listen, just say it. Say it. Say it. Say it. So I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I think this camera is low. Let me raise this up. Let me raise it up. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up when I am when I am on your shoulder. You raise me up. Can see you raise me up. I sing everything. If you just join it, if you just finding out who Mario is, let me tell you, I sing because I'm happy. I was gonna say that. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. I sing. Listen, I want to talk to you today about friendship. 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 I got some lyrics I want to sing to you because I love this song. You are my friend. I never knew it till then. My friend, I feel your love when you're not near. You help me make it, knowing you care. The thoughts of you help me carry on. When I feel all hope is gone, I see the world in brand new eyes. Your love has made me realize my future looks brighter to me. Oh, because you are. Oh, my friend. Da, 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 da. You are my friend. You are my friend. And then it goes from you are my friend to what a friend we have in Jesus. All my sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. What a privilege it is to carry everything to God in prayer. What a privilege. What an honor. What a privilege. What an honor. We get to carry everything to God in prayer. We get to talk to Jesus. Come on, come on. Wait. Hold up. We get to talk to the Father. We get to go through Jesus so I could talk to Jesus and get my message to the Father. See, there's power in that. There's power in that. There's power that we don't realize. We have shifted to another direction. Lord, I thank you. There is power in the fact that we are able to talk to the Father through Jesus Christ, right? In Jesus' name, I can talk to the Father. The thing is, sometimes I may say some crazy stuff. Sometimes my words may not be exactly what they should be. They may not have the right whatever, but because I'm talking to Jesus to get to the Father, my stuff is filtered through truth. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. My stuff is filtered through Jesus in order to get to the Father. The way we mess up is because we're trying to get to the Father without Jesus. How can you? You can't even live this life without Jesus. So how do you think you can get a message to the Father without going through Jesus? How do some of us think we're gonna make it to heaven without Jesus? He is the way. He is the way. He's the way. You can't get in without him. You can't get in without him. You are his guest. I remember one time the Lord made me realize something. He said, people keep trying to get to heaven without me. They keep trying to get to heaven without me. And what they don't realize is that they're my invited guests. Hold on, I'm gonna walk with you. Let's walk together. They're my invited guests. He said, I'll go before you to prepare a place for you, and I will come back and get you. Wait. I'm going to come back and get you. So wait, I'm not just going to call for you. I'm not just going to send for you. I'm coming back to get. So I'm going to prepare a place for you. I'm going to make sure everything is what it needs to be. I'm going to make sure it got your name on it. I'm going to make sure that this place is positioned for you. It's set up for you. It's nice for you. It's looking good. You know how you have company coming from out of town, man. You want to make sure the room or the spot that you got for them is good. It's all clean. The sheets are clean. The bedding is clean. You want to make sure it's aired out, it's freshened, it's to their liking. You may put a few snacks in there, some water in there, some things for them in there just to make them comfortable. You're gonna put out a washcloth for cleanliness. You gotta put out a rag. You gotta put in. You may do some special body wash that they like. You want to lay it out for them because you're preparing a place for them to come to. You're prepared. You're not just giving them any old thing. It's not just, oh well, we got the spot on the floor, go ahead and make yourself at home. No, you rearrange some things in the house. Ooh, shoot, to make room for guests, to make room for company. And Jesus said, I go before you and prepare a place in my Father's house. There are many mansions. I'm going before you can get there. Before you even get there, I'm gonna go ahead of you and I'm gonna go and set this thing up for you. I'm going to prepare this thing for you. And then I'm going to come back to get and we going in there together. You keep trying to get to heaven without him. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. You can't go in there without him. You can't go in somebody else's house without them. Ooh, you can, but it's gonna break it and enter it. You might be able to, but it's gonna break it and enter it. There's gonna be some consequences for that. Don't be showing up in nobody's house without them inviting you in. Jesus said, I'm coming back to get you, and we're gonna walk in this thing together. We're gonna walk in this thing together. And now this is your way in. It's not by you not smoking cigarettes. It's not by you not cussing. It's not by all this other stuff. No, no, no. The only way that you could get in is by walking with Jesus. So that means in order to walk with him into heaven, I got to walk with him in life. I got to walk with him on earth. I got to walk with him on my day to day. I got to walk with him in everything that I do. I got to walk with Jesus. I got to walk with Jesus. And so we keep trying to go around it and I'm gonna do me and I'm gonna live my best life. And you ain't getting in because Jesus ain't walking with you. Jesus not with you. He wants to, he would like to, but you're not allowing him to. We got to walk hand in hand with Jesus. He wants to be our friend. Think about Think about your friend. Think about your closest friend, your good friend. I'm not talking about these fake fair weather friends. I'm talking about the real friend, the ride or die. Not even the one that you talk to every day, because just because you talk to somebody every day don't make them a friend. Um, it may be somebody you ain't talked to in a while, but they still your friend. Think about when y'all get on the phone, y'all catch up, y'all keying, y'all crying, snotting, doing all this stuff, but y'all are friends because the bond is there, the relationship is there. And even though I may have not talked to you in a moment, but we're still friends, we're still close. But Jesus wants to be more than that. He wants to be that close friend that you reach out to every single day, all day long. He wants to be the one that you talk to about any and everything. I know sometimes people get tired of you. They get tired. They don't want to hear from you. They block your calls. They put you on D&D. They all this other stuff. Jesus is like, no, I'm always open. I'm always open to hear from you. What you got? What you got? Let's talk. Let's chat. But we don't want to talk to him. We don't want to chat with him because talking to him may cause us to get our life right. Talking to him may cause us to be convicted about some stuff that we're doing. Talking to him may cause us to stop sinning. So we don't want to do that. We want to just kind of walk and do our own thing and then expect to get to heaven. You If you don't hear nothing else that I've ever said in my life, hear this. Hear this right here. You cannot get to heaven without Jesus. It is impossible. I am the way means just what he said. I am the way. I am the way. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am the way. In order for you to live to live again, you got to do it with Jesus. In order for you to walk in the truth, you got to walk with Jesus. In order for you to walk in love, you got to walk with Jesus. See, this other stuff that the world keep telling us that we're living. Oh, you living your best life and one love and all this other. Listen, we got to do it through Jesus. The love is through Jesus. The walk is through Jesus. We got to walk. He wants to walk hand in hand with us, side by side. And you keep trying to go around another way. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You cannot get to heaven without Jesus. If you don't process that, you ain't never going to process anything else. You're not going to, you are wasting your time. You're wasting whatever it is that you're doing. And you think just because I showed up to church and I opened the church doors and I did this, I did that, that stuff is not getting you in. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, Jesus, God is going to look at us and be like, what did you do with my son, Jesus? What did you do with him? Did you spend time with him? Did you abandon him? Did you leave him? Did you talk with him? Did you walk with him? Did you learn from him? Did you listen to him? Was he in your heart? Did you show other people him? Did you lead other people to him? Did you show other people the love that he showed to you? Did you show that love? Were you a good representative of Jesus Christ? Or were you representing yourself? Were you representing your brand? Were you representing your thing? Or did you represent Jesus Christ? And were you a good representative? It's not just so much that we're representing him. Were you a good representative of Jesus Christ? How did you represent him? How did you represent him? What did you say to people? How did you treat people? What did you do for people? Let's go to scripture. Let's go to scripture. So the scripture that was on my mind today, um, the title of this is some titles I was just going around. It says, "Are you really a friend? Do you love your friends?" John 15 and 13. I'm in the King James Version first. It says, "Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." Then I go to the CSB. It says, "No greater love than this, to lay down his life, to lay down no greater love than this, to lay down his life for his friends." Then I go to the Message Bible. I like the Message Bible because they break it down. They give you a little meat, give you a little meat, give you a little sustenance, give you a little something extra to hold you. They give you a little dessert, give you a little sides, give you a little little something, a little something more. But Message Bible starts at 11. It says, "I've told you these things for a purpose, that my joy might be your joy, that your joy wholly mature. This is my command: love one another the way I love you. This is the very best way to love. Put your life on the line for your friends. Put, is this thing on? Put your life on the line for your friends." We're going to come back to that. Put your life on the line for your friends. You are my friends when you do the things I command you. I'm no longer calling you servants because servants don't understand what their master is thinking or planning. No, I've named you friends because I've let you in on everything I've heard from the Father. No greater love for to live life for a friend. Put your life on the line for your friends. Are you a friend? Are you friendly? Are you friendish? Are you a friend? Would you lay down your life for a friend? And think about that. You know, people, oh, it's my ride or die, this and that. But would you lay down your life for a friend? When I think of this, I think in terms of, see, Jesus was he laid down his life for us. He called us friends. He laid down his life for us. But is he expecting us to die literally for everybody? In a sense, yeah. In a sense, he's expecting that. Yep. Is he expecting us to oh, I'm going to die so that you can live? You know, I'm going to kill myself so you can live, or I'm going to do this so you can live. He's looking more so, are you willing to lay down your life? Whatever you got going on, are you willing to put it down and tend to the needs of your friend? Are you willing to sacrifice what it is you got going on for your friend? If your friend was homeless, would you give them the keys to a house? If your friend was hungry, would you give him your last meal? If your friend didn't have clothes, would you take the clothes off of your back and give it to them? Okay. I know some of you said yes. Some of you said yes, you would. Would you do it without talking about it? Would you do it without making them feel bad that you did it for them? Man, I gave you my best suit, man. I done gave you my best jacket, man. I done gave you my best shoes, man. Them was some brand new shoes. Them shoes are sharp. Every time you see them, man, them shoes look good on you, man. I done gave you my best shoes, man. I ain't had no good shoes since I gave you them shoes. Well, here's the keys to the this extra house that we got, friend. Here's the keys to the extra house. But every time I'm throwing a party and hey, friend, I need to use that house. That house bigger than the one that I got. I need to use your house. I mean, it's my house. I gave it to you. Yeah, it's yours. But I need to use that one. I need to use that. I swear, I need to come shoot videos, and you got good space and stuff. I want to go shoot the video over at your house. Or every time I drive by the neighborhood, I point out the fact that yep, that's my house right there, but I gave it to my friend. Are you getting your own reward? Are you getting your own reward? Are you laying down your life for a friend? I laid down my life. I gave this to my friend. I did this for my friend, and I never discussed it again. I never discussed it again. There were and you're gonna say, well, Mario, have you done that? Yeah, yeah. Let me tell you, and I can share this story because we had a conversation, and he said I can share it now. But there's been years since I shared the story. This happened maybe 20 years ago, maybe 20 years ago. This happened, and so now I can share the story now because it ain't for no glory. I'm not trying to get glory out of it, and we've had the discussion. He's like, man, share that thing. My good friend, one of my good friends. Oh, one of my good friends. I had. Let me tell you. So this is crazy. This is crazy, and the whole situation is crazy. But this is how it started. This is how it began. My friend, I don't know. I ain't gonna say his name. Am I gonna say his name? I'm not gonna say his name. Let's just call him. We'll call him Shiny Suits. My friend Shiny Suits. That's enough right there. We're gonna call my friend Shiny Suits. We're gonna call him Shiny Suits. So anyway, I'm at work at Kmart, and this is a good story. This is a real good story. I'm at work at Kmart, and Capri, God rest her soul. Capri, oh, Capri was Capri. Capri definitely was Capri. We went back and forth a lot, but there was a lot of love there. She was just no filter, no hose barred, no filter. Let me get to Shiny Suits. So Capri was the HR manager, and she did the interviews and hiring and stuff. So I walk past the office and I see this young man sitting in there. And I go and I peek my head in the office. Now, this is like something I would never do because it's rude. It's just a lot of things I would never do. Plus, I knew the back and forth that me and Capri had. So I never knew what she was going to say. She never knew what I was going to say. So a situation like that where somebody else was present, we just wouldn't do because it's just a crazy thing. So I go into the office. I said, hire him right now on the spot. Shut the interview down. Hire him on the spot. Send him back to me. I need him in the back. I need him. I worked in the receiving department. Um, that was crazy how that happened too. God just moved. He moved. On my first day, somebody got fired. The person moved up in line, and then I was there. The store wasn't even open yet, and I was there, and then it just moved up like that, and then eventually I was the manager back there. So anyway, that's just how God moved. It was like boom, 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 like that fast. Like within a couple of days, it just yeah, crazy days, maybe weeks, weeks. Let's go to weeks. So anyway, so Capri's like, I said, hire him, put him in the bag, da 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 da. Capri said, shut up, you fat idiot. Right? Don't call nobody a fat idiot. Like you don't call nobody a fat idiot. It's just not nice. It's not nice. It's not nice. It's not nice. And now that I think about it, it was real mean. It was real wrong of Capri to call me that. But you know what? I was an idiot for interrupting her interview. And truth be told, I was mad. Little chunky, little pudgy, little whatever. Anyway, so I said that to her, and then she says that, and she busts out laughing. Now he's looking at us like, what in the world is going on? So I was like, oh, that's what we doing? That's what you want to do? And she was like, get out of my office. And so back and forth, whatever. Anyway, so I leave the office. I was like, I know you better hire him, and I know you better be back there today. I need him today. Capri hires him. She brings him in the back, and she's like, loser, he's yours. So he started working Shiny Suits. That's my boy Shiny Suits. I love that dude. So he started working. He comes in the back. He starts that very day. He starts that day. So it's lunchtime. We go into the break room and he's sitting there. And I'm like, okay, so all right, let's go ahead and get you some lunch, man. He's like, no, no, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm okay. I was like, sir, listen, you just started this job today. You was looking for a job because you need a job, right? Let's just say what it is. You was looking for a job because you need a job, right? You're not getting paid here for 2, maybe 3 weeks, right? So this is your first day. You didn't expect to even start today, but we started you today, right? Let's go get you some lunch. We good. Don't even worry about it. We ain't even talking about it. Let's go get some lunch. My mama was actually the cook in the cafe up front. So I'm like, yo, let's go up there. My mother gonna hook you up. She gonna do make you something real nice. I got you paying for it. Don't even worry about it. We ain't even talking about it no more. We're not talking about it. I'm going up there. So we go up there, we get the lunch and everything, talking this and that. He says, and we're talking. He's like, man, thank you, man. I really appreciate you doing what you did, man. I appreciate you coming in. He was like, but like, why? It reminded me of Darman now. You know how when Darman is playing, and then the people be like, why did you do that for me? Why did you do? And that was his thing. He was like, man, why did you come in there and tell her to hire me? And he had like this laugh, but like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, you crazy? You all right? And I'm like, man, listen, you needed a job, right? I needed a worker. That was it. Perfect match, man. Perfect match. You need a job. I was a worker. So that day, later that day, we're working together and we're not talking about his life. We're not talking about his life or whatever. And so I says to him, I said, you got a place to stay? And he's like, I said, yep, I knew it. I knew it. I said, so listen, this is what we're gonna do. This is crazy. Now that I'm like repeating the story, it sounds crazier because that was crazy. So I had God way longer than I thought I did because that was nothing but God. See, there's a difference. I knew of God and I had sort of a relationship, kind of, sort of, with God, but I didn't know Him for myself. I wasn't in my Bible. I wasn't in my Word. I wasn't doing this. I wasn't doing that. So I wasn't walking with Him. But He set the stage and used me in that moment for something that was going to come greater that I had no idea was even going to happen. So that day, brought him home, right? Now at the time I'm living with my brother, I'm living with my mother, and I'm living with her boyfriend. It was my place. It was my place, but we were all living there together. So to bring a stranger off the street, nobody knew this dude at all, a stranger. And I'm like, yo, you could, yeah, he here. So I introduced him to everybody. And I was like, so listen, he's gonna be living here now. They like, what? What do you mean? He's gonna be living here now. He's gonna be living here now. This is my boy XYZ, da 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 da. And we just chilling. And when I tell you he blended in so fast with everybody, like it was a crazy thing. It was never a crazy thing until after when I thought about it. I thought it was crazy. And so he came in and just blended in. And this was back when we had web TV. This was no internet. We had web TV, the little box that you set up to your TV, and that's how you surf the internet. And it take forever because you got dial up and stuff. Web TV, my oldies, you remember web TV? He gonna crack up when you see that part. The web TV, yeah, the web TV. Because I used to be like, dude, we gotta go to work in the morning. You go to sleep because you've been on this web for a long time. You need to go to sleep because you still got to be at work. Like you can't dude. This is the thing. You can't work for your manager, live with your manager, and call out. How you doing that? How you no, sir. So I don't give you tired of what. We still go to work in the morning. So yeah, he lived there. He lived there for a little bit. I don't know how long it was, but it was a minute. He was there for a minute, and then he left, moved out, moved on, and everything. And we still were friends, still were close, still worked together, and everything. And it's just a crazy story to tell. Let me tell you. Fast forward a couple of years, he gets his own place. He's living in this place and all this other stuff. I'm going through a rough time. Going through a rough time. We had a random conversation, and it just came out of what I was going through. It just came out in that moment. Random conversation. I was um I was facing eviction. I was facing eviction. I had lost the job, didn't work. I was raising just Hakeem at the time. I had no other kids, just Hakeem. Um, and we were facing eviction. Didn't have no place to go. I did not want to go back to my mom's, not because I didn't like her or nothing like that, but I felt I was a grown man. What you going back to your mother's house for? Make it work, figure it out. So I'm with temp agencies trying to figure it out and stuff. And it came up in a conversation, and he was like, "Oh man, that's crazy, man, that's crazy." And as I'm talking to him, he pulls out his keys and he gives me the key to his house. He gave me the key to his house. So he gave me the key to his house. He had a two-bedroom apartment. And he gave me the key. And he said, "You can have it. You can have it. Not only can you have it, you can have everything in there." He said, "I no longer live there. You can have it." I said, "Whoa." I can't take your place. What you mean, man? Yeah, I can't take your place. Now I may be able to stay in a room. You know what I mean? Like we can work that out or whatever. He said, "No, I wouldn't do that to you. No, take the take the apartment. You can have it, man. You can have it. I'm gonna go ahead and move in with my girl, and we're working on. We wanted to get a place anyway, or whatever." And I was like, "Nah, man." Nah. He was like, "Yo, you did it for me. You did it for me. The least I can do is do this for you. You did it for me." He was like, "I don't even have to wonder if you would have done it for me." Da, da, da. He's like, "Yo, you did it for me." And I was like, "I didn't do it for that." He said, "I know. And that's what made this even more special right here, because you didn't do it for that. You didn't know me from nobody. You didn't know me. You spoke up for me to get a job. You gave me a place to stay. You bought me food all in one day, the first day of meeting me. And you had no idea of my background, nor did you care. You didn't ask me questions, a million questions about who I was, where I come from, da da da, all this other stuff. You didn't ask me any of that, and you showed me that love like a real brother, like you was my brother for life, and you will be my brother for life because of that, because of what you did. Like nobody has ever done nothing crazy like that for me, and you did." And he gave me his key. Of course, I cried. I'm in the TV station at Fox TV station. I worked there at the time. I am in the lobby crying. Like, can't get it together. Like, God, what? Like, God, you love me like that? Like, you love me like that? You never know what you are sowing into your own future by blessing somebody else. You never know how God is going to move on your behalf in the future. And we don't sow into people based off of what God is going to do for us later. We do it based off of now. There's a need now. I can there's a need now. I can look out for my friend now. I can be there for my friend now. And when I think of this scripture, this thing takes. I've never told this story in its whole like this. When I look at things now and look at this scripture now, no greater love than a friend that would lay down his life. Right? You lay down your life. Did he die for me? No, but he stopped his whole world. He stopped his whole life to tend to my needs to make sure I was good. He stopped everything. He shifted everything that was going on with him to make sure that his friend was good. That's that's what I see as laying down your life. You stopped your word to check on my word, to make sure my word was good, to make sure I was good, to make sure that I was okay, to make sure that I wouldn't be homeless, to make sure that I had food to eat, to make sure that like you stopped your world. That's the lay down your life. Would you stop? Would you intercept your life for your friend? I'm not talking about that weak interception. I'm not talking about that. Oh, I was going call so and so, but I called you. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about, oh, I was going to do X, Y, Z, but I did this. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about to a complete halt. Would you put your life at a complete halt? Stop what you're doing to go see about your friend. Stop what you're doing to go tend to your friend. Stop what you're doing to go make sure that your friend is good. Would you do that? Would you do that? I don't know too many who would. I don't know too many who would. I've had a couple of encounters. I'm not going through everybody's situation, but there's been a couple of encounters where I purposely had to lay down my life for a friend. It was just real life situations. And I would do it again. Knowing what I know now, I would do it again. Even knowing what I know now, I would do it again. And some of those friendships, well, me and Shiny Suits, we still good. We still good. We still friends. That's my brother for life, for life. Um, some of the other friendships where I may have laid down my life or like really looked out or did whatever the Lord laid on my heart to do, those friendships didn't last, or they may not have worked out or whatever it is, but I would do it again because I didn't do it for the longevity of the friendship. I did it because my friend needed me in that moment, and I was able to be a blessing to my friend in that moment. And so I would do it again. No questions asked. No, no. Even knowing that, well, would you do it if you knew they was going to turn their back on you? Would you do it if you knew they was going to turn out to be this way? Yes. Yep. Because see, my friendship, me being a friend, is not predicated upon how you act, what you do, your character and all of that. Me being a friend is based off of me being a friend, being the kind of friend that I'm used to being the kind of friend that I know how to be. It's not based on you having a rough day, or we're friends if we're good today. We're friends if you're smiling today, if you're happy today. We're friends. If you're not, then we're not friends. We're enemies. No, my friendship is based on something a whole lot deeper. I'm there, and if I call you a friend, I'm your friend. I'm your friend. I've forgiven plenty of friends who I knew they were grimy, dirty, and just did some crazy stuff. But I forgave them and we moved on. And I had to move on as if they didn't do it. As if they didn't do it. Like God, let me tell you, the way God got my life set up, He will have people reveal themselves to me in a conversation. We'll be talking and they will say stuff. I've had people say stuff like, we don't like you. I don't like you. I don't even care for you. I don't even like the person you are. Da, 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 da. I've had people say, um, I don't even know how you became the pastor. Like I looked at when you got ordained to become a pastor, I was like, well, how did he get it? And I didn't get it. I had people say, I've been in this church longer than you. I should have been ordained, and you came right in and got ordained. I had people say crazy stuff. I had people say, how do you go from homeless one week to having this beautiful place that you have in Atlanta the next? How do you have that? I had people say crazy stuff, and yet I still have to treat them as if they said nothing, as if I don't know, as if I'm not aware of that information. I still got to treat them. Why? Because I'm counted for my friendship. I'm judged on my friendship. How are you? It says no greater love that a man would lay down his life for a friend. It doesn't say no greater love that a man would lay down his life for a friend that would lay down his life for him. Mm-mm. What are you going to do? What kind of friend are you? What kind of friend are you? Even if they're not the best of friends to you, what kind of friend are you? We don't adjust our character. We don't adjust who we are based on other people. What are you doing? What kind of friend are you? Because if you're the right kind of friend, if you're willing to lay down your life for your friend, you're willing to go through some things for your friend and to go above and beyond for your friend, guess what? You have the potential to change that friend to be a better friend. You can make them be a better friend. Then there are some friends that you're connected to that they just mean you no good. I'm not talking about that kind. I'm talking about your good friends, the godly friends, the ones who God had placed in your path. Those friends. And sometimes those friendships are not the best. They're not there because people bring to the table their background. They bring who they were, who they used to be. They bring that with them into the friendship. And so when people bring that with them into the friendship, it's like, okay, now I got to deal with who you was. I got to deal with your trauma that you've been through. I got to deal with your past friendships and how you interacted with them. And this is different because I'm not them. But now I have to interact with you and I have to base that upon who I am, not based upon who you've been. So it's different. It's different. No greater love than a man that would lay down his life for his friend. This means sacrificing time, comfort, selfishness, and resources to serve others. Would you sacrifice your resources to serve somebody else? Would you randomly give somebody $1,000 if you only had $2,000 in your bank account and the Lord told you today Give them $1,000. Would you do that? With not knowing where your next meal coming from, your next bill is coming from, how you gonna pay this? Would you do that? Would you sacrifice? Would you lay down your life? Would you sacrifice? Would you give your friend the keys to your car, your only car, and you take Lyfts and Ubers until the Lord bless you with another one, not knowing when that other one is coming? Would you do that? Would you do that? Would you give your friend a car that you're still paying the car note on? Would you do that? Would you give your friend a house that you're still paying the house note on? Would you do that? Would you? Would you give your friend the clothes out of your closet that are brand new with the tag still on it that you really want to wear? You got plans to wear it. Would you bless them with that? Would you go food shopping and give your friend all the food in your refrigerator because the Lord told you to do it and you're going to do it, not knowing where you're getting your next meal from? Would you do that? Would you do that? If the world did these types of things, if the world did these types of things, my God, we would see more of the movement of God. We would see more of the hand of God. Let me go to church for a minute. Can I go to church? Let's go to church. Pastor, would you give the keys up to your church building to another pastor who doesn't have a building? Would you share your space? Would you say, hey, listen, we have church on Sundays, but we can alternate. You could do one Sunday, I could do next Sunday. Let's share this space. Because I'm not threatened by you taking my people. We're kingdom workers. Shoo. Imagine if we had the mindset of kingdom workers. Imagine if we were able to share church spaces. Imagine if we were able to come together and say, hey, listen, I'm preaching on Monday, you preach on Tuesday, this one coming on Wednesday, whatever, but we share the same building. We share the same building. What if we join forces in kingdom work to build the kingdom and not build our own individual kingdom? We're working on building castles, and God is talking about the kingdom. He's talking about the kingdom, and you trying to build a castle. You trying to build a house. This is my house of worship. That's my house of prayer. That's my house of this and my house of that. And God is saying, I'm looking for kingdom-minded individuals who are able to come together and unite for the kingdom's sake, not for the sake of your blow up, of your grow up, of your this or that. I'm looking for kingdom folks. Pastor, have you reached out to that other pastor who's not doing so great, who's struggling in their ministry, whatever? Have you sown into them as you poured into them, or is it only about your ministry and your people? My people, my people, my people, and God has called me to do this and do that. And how can you do that? How can you love me, Shoo, whom you have not seen, and not love your brother you see every day? You see that pastor struggling down the street. You see that church struggling down the street. You know of that church. You haven't reached out yet. You haven't reached out yet. You haven't reached out. You haven't sown into them, whether it be money, whether it be time, whether it be attention, whether it be ministry gifts, whether it be service. You haven't sown into them yet. But you call yourself friendly. You call yourself a friend. You say you got the love of Christ. That's not the love of Christ. You see a need. Whatever that will have my hands to do, you see a need and you're not helping. There shouldn't be people in your own congregation hungry and starving. This is heavy. There shouldn't be people who are homeless in your own congregation, and you got this mini mansion, you got this mansion, you got this all this stuff, and you got homeless people in your congregation. How's that even possible? We don't have all things in common. No, we don't have all things in common, sir. I go home to this, you go home to that. We don't have all things in common. I walked to this church today to be in this service. So you drove up, you had a driver. We don't have all things in common. We don't have all things in common. I don't know how I'm going to feed my kids tomorrow and the next day, sir. You having Ruth Chris, you're eating lobster and steak. We don't have all things in common. We don't have it's convenient that we skip over these parts of the Bible, that we skip over these scriptures here. But guess who knows those scriptures? That one in the back of the church going through. That one who can't pay attention. Jesus. That one who can't pay attention in the service because they don't know how they're gonna feed their kids. That one who can't focus on the message that you're giving because they're facing homelessness. That one who can't focus on the sermon because Apple done hit their account and they don't know how they're gonna pay for this lift to get back home from your service. We gotta step outside ourselves. Consider the people that we're serving. We got to consider the people that we call friends. We got to consider other people. You got to decrease. Let the spirit of Jesus increase in you. You got to decrease. You got to decrease. There's no way in the world. And listen, I am a pastor saying this. There's no way in the world, and I get it. We can't help everybody. We can't. There have been people who I had to turn down. There have been people who I had to turn away because the resources just weren't there. The help just wasn't there. But I did. The difference is I did use my influence to reach out on social media and say, hey, we got a need. There's a need over here. I ain't got it. I don't have it. I don't have it. Or I given all I could give, but there's a need over here. Somebody has a light bill that needs to be paid today, and their lights are going to be cut off, and their kids are going to be homeless because somebody is facing foreclosure or whatever it is, and I don't have it and I can't give to them, but they did reach out to me. So now it's up to me to use my influence to get them some assistance. And that influence, I didn't think I was influential. I didn't think like I don't think of myself as that. But there is an influence there, and I reached out and I put the post up and I put numerous posts up, and at the expense of attacks. Let me tell you this: at the expense of attacks, because I was attacked. I was attacked. There are people, church people, church people who flooded the inbox. You on here begging again? Church people, you should stop putting these posts up asking for money because people are gonna think you're stealing from the church. Church people, how you steal from a church that ain't got no money? How you steal from a church that ain't got that don't have no finances, that don't get no tithes and offerings and stuff like that? How you steal? There's nothing there. How do you steal from a church that you put? All right, we're gonna move on. But listen, the church people, you should stop posting that and asking because people know that you're not asking for somebody else. They're asking for you. You're asking for you. And that's why you don't put their name and their information because you're asking for you. The devil is a liar. Trust me, if Mario needed it, Mario's going to ask for Mario. I don't like to ask people for stuff, but if it was for me, I'm going to say it's for me. I would never post it and say it's for somebody else, and it's for me. And the reason why I don't disclose the name and Cash App and all that to other people is for people like that who don't want to help, but they just want to be nosy. They just want to see who's in need and all this other stuff. You're doing too much talking and not enough giving. And so sometimes the things that people are going through is so delicate, right? Because if a say for instance a father reaches out to me and it's like, look, man, my light's about to be cut off. I need help paying the bills, da 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 da. And I put on Mr. Bleep Bleep needs help paying his light bill or whatever. Well, now I've exposed his family's financial situation. Now his wife may not be aware, but she may be aware, but I don't know that. And it's not on me to disclose that to the rest of the family. His mama may not be aware, and his children may not be aware. But me putting it out there in the spirit of, oh, they need help, and I want to be transparent and open to everybody. Now I just exposed their whole family. So now the kid is getting razzed on in school because, oh, your daddy broke, your mama broke. They out there asking for money and this and that. You got to think this thing through. You got to think more. So I will take the brunt of this. I will take it, and I feel bad because sometimes my kids have to get it. Your dad is on there begging for money again, da 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 da. It's for y'all, ain't it? Y'all need this, and y'all need that. And I'm like, but the kids know, they know, they know, they're fully aware. They're fully aware that no, that wasn't for us. We have food, we have something to eat. That was for us or whatever. So they're fully aware. But sometimes you got to take the hit. You got to lay down your life for a friend. You got to lay down your life for a friend. What are you willing to do for your friends? Oh, y'all go with pictures? Y'all go y'all travel together? Y'all okay. But will you lay down your life for your friend? You got to think about that. And if you are in a circle of friends who wouldn't lay down their life for you, it might be time to reevaluate your circle. It may be time to leave the circle. I got to be around people who would lay down their life for me because I'm willing to lay down my life for you. And when we have that kind of circle, we can conquer anything. We can go through anything. We can get through anything because I know that you got my back and I got your back. Oh, that's all I got for this. That's all I got for this. No greater love. No greater love. John 15 and 13. Let me read it like it says. John 15 and 13. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Greater love have no man than this, that a man would lay down his life for his friends. So, question I'll leave with you: are you a friend? Do you have friends? And do you love them? Let me go. I love you all for free, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's me, Mario.
It's me, Mario!